In the previous lecture of my fast recap on Java series, I had tried to cover functions, type of functions, how to create a function and the different components of a functions, how to use that particular function in a program. I had shown you call by value, I had shown you call by reference. Today I am going to cover function overloading, which supports polymorphism. Function overloading is the process of defining functions or methods with the same names but different number and types of parameters. What do I mean by this sentence? If you have more than one function in a program, all the functions will have the same name. The return type of the function may differ. The types of parameters which you are passing has to be different. It means the total number of parameters, the types of parameters and the order of parameter has to be different. I have tried to show function overloading with the help of one example. What you need to identify is that every function has the same name, but the number of parameters, the order of parameters and the types of parameters will differ. Here the class overload. The first function is polygon. Two parameters, one integer, one character. The second function polygon, one integer, second integer. It means both the parameters are of integer type. The third function is void polygon, where I am not having any parameters. Void polygon, no parameters. I have tried to implement all these three functions in the main function. Now students, it's not conditionally executed function. If they are asking you to implement overloaded function, you will be showing each function, okay, with different types of values as per the function prototype. Now, as you all know that the function gets executed as per the order mentioned in the main. Okay, so here I have given the second function I am calling first, where we had both the integer parameters, and the first one I am implementing second. Over here I have passed one integer parameter and one character parameter. So this is what your function overloading is all about. With the help of this program, students, I would like to give you a complete idea about how to create a function and how to implement the function. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you, if in the question they have asked you to accept the detail, please students create a function for accepting those details, create the buffer redirect inside the function block and write throws IO exception. Throws IO exception you are going to write wherever you are calling this particular function, whether it is main, whether it is some other function, but you have to mention throws IO exception in the function header. Now, class clothing, here I have created the data members. This is the constructor part which we will be covering later on. This is used to define all the data members with its default value. Here I have created a function enter and I have written throws IO exception. I have created object for the buffer reader class because I will be using readline function, and I have tried to input two values over here, that is material and top. I have called calci price over here. Now students, what you need to pay attention is that I am calling the calci price before the declaration of the calci price. Now here I have not created any object. I have just written the function name. Whenever a non-static function is being called in another non-static function, there is no need to create object for the class. Okay, if you are calling this particular function in a static function, you will have to create an object and you will have to call the function. I'll show you both the conditions in this program only. Over here I have tried to show a non-static function calci price is being called in another non-static function, that is enter. Now this is the function calci price where I am calculating the price based on the condition given. Okay, this is the function void show. I have written throws IO exception even though I am not taking any input inside this function block. Reason, I am calling the function enter where I have used the buffer reader class. So since this particular function is being called under the show function, I need to write throws IO exception over here. Now public static void main, over here I'll be implementing the different functions. Now public static void main again having throws IO exception because the enter function is being called in main function also. I have created an object because main is a static function. I will be calling different non-static functions over here. So I need to create an object, and with the name of the object I can call the non-static functions over here. So if you will pay attention, the calci price I have called under the enter function, which was another non-static function. So I had not used any object name. Now see over here. Okay, I have not used the name of the object. I have just given the function name and I have called it. But in the main function, when I'm trying to call the same function, I have created an object and I have used that object name to invoke the function enter and show. Because enter and show is non-static function and I'm calling this function under static context, that is main. So I need to create an object.